Alrighty, folks, we're into the action here. Thank you very much for your patience on that. Just a little bit of sorting out the servers, it would seem. Either way, Dust 2. I am excited for this one. We'll see what 9 Pandas can cook up for us. Sinner's obviously been playing this one a lot and playing it to pretty good effect. You know, we've got a few teams out there. Maybe Gaming Gladiators springs to mind. Aurora might also be one that's in this tournament that have been playing the Dust 2, but kind of just going through the motions, you know, working out. Yo, there's no way.
Oh my god, I do this in my pods.
Oh my god, this is such an MM strat, bro. There's no way they actually went for that. Oh, that's so crazy. Magikey gonna find a clean headshot. B-stick does go down. That's a bit of a cocky move, I've got to say, from Sinners. We'll see if it sort of pays off for them, just throwing 9 Pandas for a loop.
I love it. I love it. I do that in my MMs to limited success.
I've seen it in like an Instagram reel, TikTok
yeah, it was,
kind of thing, you know?
Against Mo. It was,
yeah.
Mo was on stream and it happened to him and they all died and he started screaming. Great clip. Great clip. It actually does work. If you buy armor and you tuck your head, you actually can do some damage with it, but they didn't commit, boys. Come on now. They should have stuck with it. It's actually quite difficult to clear. You can take like 3 or 4 body shots. So if you can hit a couple of heads, you are chilling.
Indeed. Maybe in the future we'll see it. However, 9 Pandas, they're a bit annoyed that the cheesy strat was pulled out against them. Glowing will find the 2-piece from short. Shock, all that remains here. Oh, you might get bested by some timing, unfortunately, for him. Looks to be the case. Bit of work for Clax, but he'll take it all the same. So, pistol flying in for 9 Pandas pretty cleanly as well. No crazy kills for the Sinners, so you'd imagine an eco here.
Yeah, I don't... Oh, well, never mind. They actually are going to force in.
Oof.
Another one to be added to
yeah, I'm on your side with Dust 2, man. Dust 2 force buys are really not good, you know?
I'm all for it now. I've sold it in my head. Post player break, I'm keeping a tally. We do a lot of Counter-Strike, so I'll have a very decent, you know, sample size so that in December be able to give you my thoughts, and then I'll have the numerical basis for it as well, which is all what I want. Will Sinners be able to break the curse? We've seen, I think, one today earlier. We saw a couple yesterday, and all of them didn't work. So 0 for 3 right now, I think, is my estimation off the top of my head. 0 for 4, or will Sinners break the curse of the CT force by after losing a pistol? They make it work. So far, they show a little presence, but a little bit tentative to fight. Oh my god. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Good control now. However, a little boost up. Dilladez will get bested, so we're still kind of even here. But, you know, a 5-7 and an MP9 to hold the defense on A. Not great, is it? Oh, Magikey trying to find a head. Wild spray down, not going to happen. Glowing catches him while he's distracted. And that should be the round, to be honest. I think, you know, just save from here. You've got that Mac 10, I guess. Get some money in the next round, maybe. But, yeah, not going to happen into this one. And I don't know. It's a wet noodle force by man on the map for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the day, you get like 2 or 3 scouts going and, you know, get a sniping towards T-spawn. You never know what you might find, but definitely not now. But even then, like in my mind, I was like, they're not going to force it. Terrible map to force buy on. And then they went for it. So, you know.
I'm not a huge fan of this one, and we can be but at the very least, there's the one little silver lining of 3 staying alive means that they can just kind of utilize those guns back in again. If Magikey is able to full eco here, which he will, and Oscar too, there's a world in which they can squeeze out an orb. I don't think they will. I think they'll probably come back in towards the rifles, but it is a possibility if things go well. If Oscar's able to get a kill or 2, he might give himself the funds and the facilities for it. Shall see. This one feels like it should be a 3-0. No questions asked.
Yeah, we'll see. Pistols can go a bit crazy, though. And again, 9 Pandas are somewhat tentative, not moving too quickly. I think they also want to make sure that they, yes, pick up the round, which feels like a solid 90% in their favor. But I think they also want to get it super cleanly, right? They don't want to drop any players here. They don't want to lose any guns. Try and get that very solid bonus working into the next. Build up the bank. I think they are respectful of what Sinners are going to bring to the table here on Dust 2. Great little move at short. Oscar on the scout. Might be able to get one here. Tag's landing, but he's splitting the difference at the moment. Still, they've got to deal with him. Nice little flash, whoever that was, to be like, yo, stop fighting him and just scare him off. Either way, bomb plant will come in here and the round will be theirs.
Yeah, at least making it a little expensive is not bad. Holding out here. Let's try and catch anybody in a rotation. Nobody makes their way towards Xbox, though. So, unfortunately, not to be. Oscar, any more for any more would be nice. If 9 Pandas are smart here, they just don't fight. Simply put, do not give him anything to look into. It will be a full buy towards next. It's fine. I'm actually going to try and fight here. Oscar takes the tag. Lucky man still be alive. CZ might catch one. Do they clear cracks? The answer's no. That late into a round, I don't blame Mariska not even clearing that. He had just kind of jiggle peep the corner to in this spot anything. All in all, not too bad. Rio, 9 Pandas who've had, you know, a bit of a shaky run out here at this qual. That is not the worst way in the world to start off into us Dust 2, which inherently, we've spoken about it. Generally, this map feels like a big risk. Oscar will get that AWP out, which is cool. I still feel like there's a risk here. As soon as they love this map, dude, and they've looked actually very good on it too.
High disbalance, trained in, looking for an early pickup. AWPs are out very quick for both sides, you have to say, especially when, you know, you've got bonuses coming in and don't always see it in that first CT rifle. Shelfie quickly out middle. Kind of an interesting setup from Sinners, actually. 2-1-2. Wasn't all that popular towards the end of Dust 2 in Go. Kind of lent more on the A side of things. No presence on short as well. So curious to see how this pans out for the Sinners. Actually, a lot of space and a lot of options for 9 Pandas.
Oscar. Get that AWP sync. There's a chance here. Smoke going to come out and towards short and give them some room to work with. Glenn waiting behind the long smoke too. It's a big fight to be had there. Oh, jumping in. That is such a big call. It's Shelfie's going to get the kill. Up close though. Shock alarm tobacco on his own. But this is looking good so far for 9 Pandas. And very good now.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a scrappy round for sure, but the B take in particular looks solid, doesn't it? B-Stick is here in pretty good time. He's smoked off, he's mollied off again. Nothing he can do to stop that bomb going down ultimately. Oscar with the AWP as well is probably going to lean on the idea of saving instead. Will be an opportunity to find a kill here. High disbalance. Meanwhile, watching out for the B-Stick push. Shelfie. Little excitable, but with no kit available, I don't know how we feel about this one. B-Stick does manage to pick one up, but yeah, the call has been made. Like I say, Oscar is like, bro, I don't think I can cross here. You're on your own, and you see it when B-Stick comes back. He will fall, so 9 Pandas rolling through here. 4 rounds now for them. Oscar sees the opportunity for a knife, but it escapes him. He's now looking for survival, and he's going to get that. So at the very least, taking down every member of 9 Pandas is a nice silver lining.
Yeah, you'll take that, but 4-0 ain't bad, is it? It ain't too bad at all. Oscar keeps the AWP alive, I think, is probably the real main thing for me, just because they will not be able to reinvest into that specifically. He can drop one over, so they are facilitating an investment here. This is aside, but they're going to call a timeout. 4-0 start in favor of 9 Pandas. He's pretty damn sick. And for a side who we questioned, we wondered what they were going to look like heading in towards this map because the inherent risk around it. But there's the other side too. I mean, not that I think they would have had a lot of time to prep it regardless, but at least there's a lot of tape on this this Dust 2. They play it 15 times last few months. They know what's up. 4-0 is pretty good. I swear I saw an M4 dropped, unless I am bugging out, by Oscar. But yeah, no, I think he may have actually refunded it. He was looking at it and then opted with a no. So going to go over lesser buy. He did have the money to drop one over if he wants to, but he actually opts to drop a upgrade pistol, and that's about it.
Close here, glowing, will manage to find the first. Not the best look, unfortunately, for Sinners trying to lay down some presence at long there on the half buy. Oscar up middle, does catch a player on the backside. But ultimately, long taken, a bomb site vulnerable. Oscar Molotov'd off, it might be another save angle here.
Bomb go down. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, this save. AK, AWP, it's feasible, it's doable, it's a workable thing in towards the next spot. 5-0. This is a very, very quick start as well. I mean, 9 Pandas, there's not even like they're slowing things down here. They're just flying into fight. And I don't blame them because it's working. They're catching Sinners off guard with tempo shift for its constant aggression. It's relentless. And yeah, Sinners so far, no answer. They are, of course, in this sort of rut where it's full buy-in, no success, eco rinse and repeat. And Pandas have had a bit of a weakness towards the A site, and something which, at least for me, the Sinners, their priority is now to try and plug it. Only the one casualty, ain't too bad. A lot of stability being built up, and Clark's got 8k in the bank left over. Shalfie's got 8k as well, but of course, will have to reinvest. I mean, that's already massive stability to have on that kind of T side in terms of the econ. It's really, really good. Love what I'm seeing. Really am. So I had really high hopes coming in towards this one, looking for Sinners to really deliver on a high note, and sadly not to be. Not to be, not so far anyway. Plenty of time still. Oh, maybe not this round. At least not from Risco. 0-5 for him.
Yeah, not the best. Shock, meanwhile, flashed up a little bit. Oh my goodness, somehow still alive. They've not quite spotted him. Is it enough to work with? Majki watching the rotation across. Again, no kills presenting. 3 versus 3. However, this B bomb site, man. Infamous for the lack of retaking ability.
Statistically the worst thing go.
Indeed.
It was impossible. The second you get a smoke down doors, give up.
Oh, he doesn't quite land. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. They're still sticking around, and, you know, you try and maybe test the water, think that it's a bit different, but we'll see here. 3v3 is not awful, to be fair, but the crossfire, you can see, going to be very difficult to split up. They know about it. Oh, and they line up. It's Majki with the team kill, unfortunately, but I think they were both gone there. Dilladez also a tough angle for Oscar to beat. Gets good timing. One more for him, but Idis Balance trained up and ready. Flawless run continues here.
Oh, mate. This is beautiful. There is little to nothing to complain about. Nice shot at the tail end, but hey, this is a really decent spot. And we find ourselves in at the moment 6-0. I'm kind of baffled by what's happening, because Sinners look like a bit of a shadow of their former selves. I've caught them on this map not even that long ago, and they were clean, really clean. But look, anything but. Oh my God, Oscar though. Single-handedly bring them back into this. Finds that first. Another one jumps into a suicide as well, so Oscar might get a second crack at it. Crossing though, the flash is brilliant. Majki gets caught as well, and an overextension. Shalfie gets a freebie.
Oscar creeping forwards here to try and pick up the pieces. Flash, really solid. Glowing going to find the head of both players there out on towards long, and it swings heavily back in favor of 9 Pandas. Shock all alone, nowhere near the action. Not necessarily a commit from 9 Pandas yet either. They're just trying to locate where this last player is, but this is really great Counter-Strike right now.
I'll go over towards Cat, and that'll basically nullify any sort of a conversation in this one. Shock, anything for us? Maybe. I mean, in all fairness, we've been given the space, but it's a nice shot from Glowing. It really is. Beautiful work. Beautiful. 7-0. I am Yeah, I'm still kind of baffled by what's happening because, I mean, Tennis really aren't even competing in these rounds. Is the crazy thing. Glowing at 11-2 as well, by the way. Silent, a sleeper 11, but it's a really, really good thing to have an individual like him popping off on all cylinders. I am baffled. I wouldn't even mind another pause into the next full buy next round if they can. One stuck in Xbox now as well. Nice pass can just post up. Magic Key going for a peek. They're flooding in. Caught Yuto in hand, but he can only get one. And will they expect a second? Maybe not, but Klatt's already positioned himself. And it should be done. Here it is. Last man is Oscar. Sorry, mate, but no chance.
Yeah, not going to happen for him for sure. Ooh, CZ. Decent angle. You have to be a bit careful. I don't think they want to lose too many players to him. He does well to, you know, find one. Kill bonus has been increased. So there you go. The CZ is back. But yeah, 8 in a row now from 9 Pandas. Sinner's going to have to turn this half around if they want to stay alive. And it felt like such an important BO1 for them, you know, really would have locked them in if they managed to find this, but it's not looking too likely. Big, big turnaround required.
Tough one. Tough one indeed. Open Marisco. Post up, double orb setup is the play here. I'm going to boost this balance up. This is a nice little angle. Gets you good coverage over towards short. Such a difficult angle on the other side to try and find. Smoke down. 1:25. I mean, decent control gained here. That's a good angle. Idis balance. Oh, he's crossed. And he missed the shot somehow. I think he got slightly CS2 there.
Certainly possible. An advantage for Sinners, though. They've absolutely got to be able to run with this now. Run boost, speaking of. Not going to find anything for 9 Pandas, but, you know, their control of short, their attacking towards short has actually been really, really impressive for me.
Seconds. They don't have to commit anywhere. It looks like they want to end towards A. I mean, there's 2 players here to meet them. A third deep out long. I think a lot of this comes down to where the glowing can get out. I don't really know if he can. Molotov over towards Ram, but no one is there. Pop flash over. Shalfie needs to clear sight itself. Up close. Oscar. One. Looking for a second. He can spot the top of the head, but he can't hit the shot. Oh my god, it's so uncomfortable with Shock. Will find his kill, and that will be the round. Idis balance, I think he's just going to keep hold of his AWP. Might look for any frags on the way out, but finally Sinners found a round.
Yeah, I mean, better late than never. It does beg the question, though, doesn't it? Can we keep this rolling on the Sinners side of things? Plenty of cash for 9 Pandas, as is evident. Rounds looking good. Have they stretched themselves in terms of what they have in the strat book? Not entirely sure at this point. So we'll see if we get something different out from them, or if, you know, it's a kind of classic response. Force it down long. Sinners, though, absolutely have to find the next 3. There's no room for error from here.
Close. Marisco's a lucky man still be alive there. Tags to the doors. A bit of a slow game, Marisco, but I've actually been impressed with him since he's coming towards this team. He was an unknown quantity for me when Sinners picked him up, but after looking at his demos and looking at the recent performances, he has been a really solid pickup. Sadly, this map is a non-starter for him. Finds himself 1-8 now.
Yeah, a bit of a tough one, man, you know, and maybe this is one of the sort of first experiences for him as well on this team, being down so low, especially on the Dust 2, actually. Foreign feeling for sure. Going in Shalfie. Oh, may well do enough. Shock just, yeah, not on it. I did say the explosive power of the 9 Pandas could come through on Dust 2. It absolutely has. I think players like Glowing, like Idis Balance, maybe Shalfie as well, will have been competing heavily when this map was back in. So they might be happy that this one's come back. A fresh start. And again, a map that doesn't require too much thinking. All about aiming on this one, for sure.
Oscar, will he save is the question I'm asking. That might be a no. Even if he gets... Oh, he's turned around. Timing could kill him. And they're just toying with their food here. Oh, they're going to go for the knife. Shalfie stole it away. Oh, Shalfie, why? Why? Give it to him. Pandas could have had that. But in the end, it doesn't matter. It's still 9-1. Which is the quickest game we've had all tournament, in all fairness. There's been a couple of one-sided halves, but they've at least had, as, you know, I'm going to keep using the saying because I think it's great, the cosmetic comeback. But this is, so far, not giving us any signs to work with. We're in the penultimate round. It's 9-1. Yikes.
Yeah, yikes is probably the word for it, I think, to be fair. We'll see here. Clax creeping down below into the lower tunnels. Morisco does have a good spot, but he's only got 1 kill thus far, and Clax not really playing it cocky either. Lovely moves here. Just being annoying at the end of the day. He's that lurking presence in towards B. And he will find the kill. Because, of course, he does, you know, just on another level at the moment compared to somebody like Morisco. Flash out towards long. Double peek coming in. Only good for 1. Idis Balance slightly blind, but not fully able to get the frag with the AWP. B-stick Molotov'd out into the fights, and Diladez gives him the business end of the AK. Back to their winning ways. A little blip as they lost 1 round, but I mean, 10-2, 11-1. It's enough, isn't it? It's close enough for sure. Shock does well to find 2, but these are consolation frags, if ever I have seen them. Double digits in the first half for the 9 Pandas.
It's ridiculous. This is insane. My, oh my. 10-1. I'm left scratching my head. So are you. I don't know what's going on here, but it's not good. It's probably the fundamentally best way to put it. Oscar's got an auto shotgun now. He's actually been the only real redeeming factor, in all fairness, over towards Cities. He's actually looked pretty decent at times, but this time just an auto shotty for him is a big ask. Pushing lower here. He'll be given that control. We're just going to push up mid. Hey, I mean, at this point, why not risk something?
Indeed. Go for it. See what you can find. 1 for 1's not quite going to be enough, unfortunately. They've also lost Oscar at long. So, again, 9 Pandas look to be in full control. A little long getting into this game. It would seem 9 Pandas want to get us back on schedule.
And some, I think. It's probably
well, yeah, ahead of schedule, actually. Yeah, maybe a bit too much, to be fair, lads.
We might have a pretty sizable break before our next game, in all fairness.
Yeah, it's possible. It is possible.
We are rolling schedule, but I don't think anybody's keeping up with this pace.
Nay, sir. All right, let's see here. 4v3. Sinners relatively ready on the A-bomb site for the hit to come round. Really taking their time on the 9 Pandas end. A little unsure of what they face off against, I suppose, but do not want to throw this clean victory opportunity away. And again, need this sort of momentum rolling into their last game of the day, as it would seem. You know, they're certainly in contention. If they can clean things up, oh my god, that flash is so good. And they will capitalize. So there you are. Sinners end it with a pretty nice roll. 4v3 secured. Only 2 rounds, though. Very unfortunate for the Sinners. We'll see. Not going to be enough, in our opinion. We've got to break first.
Making magic when they need it most.
You're running from moving shadows that follow the moonlit road to the horizon's edge that you're running from.
Well, here we go into the second half, straight into the action, in fact. Sinners, they need a miracle run back here. 9 Pandas just need a pistol, and the game will be theirs. So we'll see if they can take it quickly, or if we're going to have extended play here. Clax finds the first head. He gets out of there scot-free.
Yeah, not going to say no to that one. I don't know, man. There was kind of nothing to talk about, really, off the back of that first half. I mean, yes, that final round was, like, okay from Sinners, but they've got no leg to stand on in this game. They've got no foundations to fall back on. It's kind of a wild situation. They're contacting up short here, but they're a known quantity as well. 9 Pandas, they play this smartly with just the numbers. This should be a bit of a walk in the park, but it's not a committal play to A just yet. They're trying to bait in fights, which they might get to a degree as they call for a bit of a freeze. But, oh my God, flank coming through. But Clax, they're waiting for him. Gets a tag and he falls away. Goes back in for seconds. And he might catch one on the rotate, but he can't.
Julie's here. Dilladez, flanked out a little bit. He could still do some damage. Not going to happen. Shock's found another with the P250 as well in the meantime. So looking pretty damn good here. Has to be said for Sinners. Glowing and Clax, the only two that remain. And again, retaken on towards B. Now, at least it's a bit more open in the pistol. But yeah, you see what happens. You got to battle the Glocks. And they are hard to peek into. So Glowing, I think rightfully so, going to back off. He's not taken any damage here. So one would assume he's not taken any armor damage either. Cheaper head armor. Might not even go for that. Might, you know, look for like a FAMAS around this Kevlar that he's got. At the same time, we are Counter-Strike players at the end of the day. He wants some kills. He wants some action. He's not going to get it, unfortunately.
Sinners get a start, which is nice. It's better than nothing, but so much more needs to be done from Sinners before I even remotely get to any sort of a conversation about them kind of being in this game. And it's one of those where I need a lot more. I mean, probably I would say at least a 7 before I even remotely open the door, and that's just opening the door itself. Let's see, Potflash is going quick.
Oh, Clax will find the head of the first. It's getting a little messy as they're on top of each other. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Hard to track, hard to really get an idea until you look back away from that kill feed and you see 2 versus 1 in favor of the 9 Pandas. Shock with it all to do. Half HP as well. He does have the bomb. That's his one advantage here. Beyond that, I really don't know what to make of it, and I think he has to try and take a fight before attempting the bomb plant. He's also weary of, I think, where Glowing is in particular.
How's this even possible? 1v2, they're going to have a little look in. Oh my God, that's so risky because there's no ability to trade. And now you've given Shock an opportunity. The MP9's got to stay active. You've got to stay on the move. The swing is not good enough. Oh my God, 9 Pandas have won that round and they get an AK2. Oh, do you know what? I actually don't even hate the contact B play. I don't hate the rush or anything of the sort, but man, that one has to hurt. That was your chance to kickstart some momentum, and it immediately gets shot back in your face. Brutal stuff. Brutal.
Morisco leading the charge here for the Sinners on that Galil. A little bit of support as well in from an AK behind him. However, are they going to be able to get those weapons in at the right time? Just charging down mid, looking for fights. PT side is going to love that every day of the week, man. Take it at range, you know? That's absolutely what Dust2's all about for the defensive play. Shock remains alone again. Been heard for sure with that drop. Definitely know about him now. Got a bomb to recover. Got a deagle. You know, it's really not good for him. Oh, again, we maybe have to give this guy some respect on the peaks, but not going to be able to take any more than just that. So, 9 in a row from Sinners going to be required here, sir.
Yeah, you don't sound very hopeful, mate. You not a believer? I'm not. Not in this sense, anyway.
Yeah, I can't say I am. I'm
Look
not
at the
gonna lie.
buy as well. Oh, man. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. This actually is probably the best way to put it. They went for a force themselves. Doesn't work. They now have to try and make this one stick. We got 3 Deagles. We got a Tech 9. We got a Scout. And Oscar tries to get front of the cross. And, well, he can't, unfortunately. Molotov early. It's Shock. He'll try and play up close here, but he's actually the only one who'll show that B presence.
Oh, Dilladez. Cheeky peek round the corner. Spots one. Not looking to commit too hard. Oscar. It is slightly close, but I think there is a corner of a wall in between them as well, to be fair. Dilladez will be the first one to open up here. So a pretty good look for 9 Pandas to get things concluded.
Shalfie on the corner. Good angle. This nade. Oh, they could do damage, but they just pull away a little bit. So only does a bit of chip damage. Minute to work with. It still looks like they want to go towards A.
Feels that way. Shalfie on the edge of the smoke here. Looking good for him. Double piece. And that might just be the final nail in the coffin. Oscar with the scout, of course. There's a few tagged up members. Yeah, could certainly get away with a scary kill or 2.
On plan.
That's the big difference maker. Oscar up above the smoke as well. What is going on over there? Dilladez all alone. He's going to fake out a flash towards long, and it could work for him, you know. I'm not sure if they tracked it. Seems like they knew what was up. And a chaotic finish. A 2v4 converted there by Marisco and Oscar.
Honestly, not that bad. They'll take it. I mean, a lot more needed again now to get us into a position of being comfortable about this, but it's better than nothing. But it will have a big knock-on effect over towards the buy of 9 Pandas. In some cases, they kind of have to force it. They're going to call for attack timeout, but yeah, they kind of have to force. I mean, Globbing hasn't got enough money. Clax has bought half armor. If he's saved, I mean, they could basically try and leave a couple out to dry. I don't think it's worth it. I think, honestly, with the rounds you've got in arrears, just reset your econ, play things a little more safe, a little more smooth. I think that is probably what they will do. But all in all, 12-4. Sinners, not dead just yet. Not dead just yet, but a 12-4 scoreline. So much more needed out from Sinners for us to even remotely get to a position of being comfortable. And of course, that is kind of you can't really replicate that sort of a round. It was just over fighting from 9 Pandas, losing a little bit of that temperament. They won't make that same mistake twice, you'd assume.
You would indeed. Shock to open us up here. Looking good. Glowing on the 5-7. It's Shalfie as well. Working around this smoke. P9 picked up. Gotta watch out here, fellas. They're on pistols themselves. It is a mess. Shalfie, 6 bullets. Can he find another? No, he can't. Oscar, meanwhile, lurking in towards mid. Brings it down to a 1v2. And okay, I was going to say, maybe the bomb is Shalfie's advantage. He wasn't expecting Marisco to still be around. Sinners continue extending play here.
Up to 5. That was a 4, so there are a buy to be had here. Shalfie might actually not invest in... That's what I was saying, actually. I'm thinking about how they're going to get an AWP out here. Make sure they have enough money. Shalfie going to buy a flash. I think with 3k and loss bonus, you might be all right in terms of getting towards the AWP. It might be a little close, maybe a little bit lesser utility, but we shall see. Either way, a 5th isn't bad. Far from the conversation still yet about this map for Sinners, but better than nothing, at least saving face a little bit of what has been a pretty rough show of things. 10-2 at the half, and you know, losing that force as well. If they hadn't lost the force, maybe we might be into a little bit more of a redeemable position, but it made their life significantly harder. Oscar for 2. Nice and simple. These pistols just being pulled apart.
As you would expect. Idis balance. Any kill's going to be a good kill. He can get that AK out of there. The one tap into the next round. Don't think he will have too much resistance for it, but once again, the A-bomb site where Sinners will close this. Given a chance. There we are. The bomb will make it around, and a slow 45 seconds here, one would assume. Because, as I say, I just balance saving that AK quite far away from anybody else.
I wonder how this changes the conversation about, you know, the top of the scoreboard for a loss here. I know obviously Rush B have been doing really well. It's kind of crazy that we don't see this Rush B side playing any other tournaments. I mean, we spoke about on one side where teams are kind of burnt out and maybe play a little bit too much, i.e., you know, Aurora, for example. But then it feels like Rush B don't play enough. You know what I mean? They actually seem like a really good side. ESL Challenge League, they take some pretty big scalps. They've actually done, you know, pretty well so far this qualifier. They're one of the favorites to make it to the next stage. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird that we don't see them, you know. I would assume they get invites, but who knows? Who knows? And from my understanding, it's not an organization, or at least not that I can find. It's just a mix, but they still seem pretty good. The one thing that is maybe a little bit of a nicety over towards Sinners that makes their life not complete misery is Rush B also picked up a loss too. They've lost already to Sort 13-7. So both the top two are feeling the pressure here. The AWP on the corner. I just balance. Was waiting for a peek but doesn't get it.
Dilladez alone. Ooh, jump spotting out. Takes a little tag. Not committing on that Sinner side of things. Really, really tentative here. You know, a very important round for them to continue this comeback. And if they can keep getting them decisively, then we really could be on for something. Big flash. Alfie can't capitalize. Damage is there. Glowing, though, in and around these smokes. What is going on? Oscar's going to be distracted away. Surely gets finished off. However, Dilladez, rocking a hard place for him, really. Does get bested by Oscar. Glowing has to stay alive, but also wants to keep control of B. They lose it. The bomb goes down. A nice little move from Sinners to get that plant.
I don't know if you give this a go. East side of Dust 2. Back in Go. Statistically, the hardest site to retake in the pool. And I think they realize that they're kind of falling. Well, I say falling away. They're actually going to go back for a rotate via tunnels here. They're leaving one posted. Hoping that they can maybe make something work. This is potentially doable. Shock, though. Hits one, lines up the second, and I think Glowing is going to call it. So Sinners are still alive. Now up to 7. I'm not opened the door just yet, but better than nothing. Bit by bit, they are making a conversation here. There's the way you got to approach these sort of a comebacks if you are Sinners. It's all about taking it one round at a time. You can't think in a more macro sense. At least for the time being. It does feel like they are approaching this correctly. Not overthinking it. Bringing a level in which makes you feel potentially confident, but you know the saying, you know, it's the hope that kills you. We want a competitive game, but there's still a lot more. 5 more map points than Pandas have. And they rebuy in again with what they've got. Still got the AWP in play, still got 3 rifles. It's still feasible. Oh,
Marisco nasty. Great opener. Sinners really knocking on the door now, man. Still a little quiet, but, you know, 9 Pandas starting to worry about what that sound is as it gets ever closer. Shalfie will upgrade himself onto the M4. B-bomb site, though, seems to be a pretty good pressure point for Sinners. We'll see if they could keep up with that. The execute towards mid last round was pretty nice, actually. So, got that to fall back on.
let's go holding. Where do they want to finish here, Sinners? I mean, they're not really too decisive. It looks like a B split from the way they're posturing up. And a smoke, if they do drop one via doors, would be huge for that cross. They're selling a lot of presence. But yeah, it looks like they want to go B. Now they are grouping up. And the 9 Pandas, no presence. They've gambled that day. It's the wrong call. And I think realistically, even now, they've got to realize it's not going towards A, surely. But I think they're just too far away. Molotov comes towards short. Doesn't make a difference if the contact comes through. Glowing. He's out of there. That's the round. So Sinners Another on the board kind of gifted to them. 9 Pandas getting a little uncomfortable here. And it's starting to show.
Yeah, man. Looking a little scary, isn't it? Looking a little bit scary. But I suppose the one thing here is that, you know, you're not going through the cycle of buy eco. They've got a solid save going on. So that means that Sinners have to be playing to their A game every single round, every single moment. And that's quite taxing. Really is quite taxing. But a credit to themselves at the moment to bring it a bit closer. Shot goes down. Should be the only one. Unless anyone gets a bit silly for 9 Pandas. Yeah, Glowing was a bit silly taking the peek in. But I guess he's also the guy watching for anyone getting wild, pushing down long. Either way, they'll still be able to buy pretty comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly. 12-8, though. Hey, at least there's a game here. It absolutely didn't feel like it at the start, but this is better than nothing. So far, so good. Oh, Oscar as well, going to start well. Pandas gets caught. Things are going from bad to worse for 9 Pandas. They are actually crumbling a little bit at the seams. If Sinners get towards 10 rounds, game is on here.
Glowing. Just trained in on the angle. Again, another slow moving round. That smoke kind of replacing the hinge smoke ultimately. Seen it quite a few times here. CS2 exclusive to cover off and allow a quick move up towards Xbox. Sinners bringing it down to just 3 with 2 of them leaning over on B. Klax is going to have to hop off here and his timing is completely off. 2 remain, and even then, I think that will change very quickly. Unless Shock goes down, which he will. So, okay, save back on.
Oh, an AWP is nice. Will make a big difference, will it? This is... yeah, man, this is not good. Not a good watch from what we see. Fighting the tail end. Oscar can get it one more as well. Glowing, ticks in the flames, but gets sideswiped. Nothing saved. Nothing gained. Sinners find 9. And this is really opened up in a way which felt non-existent at one point. And now looks absolutely on the cards. This has been a bit of a crumble, a bit of a fall from grace. And a worrying spot now. Attack pause can be taken second out of third for this side, but they're not giving themselves a lot of time to work with. I'm concerned. Very concerned. Before you know it, this could be up in the air. If Sinners are able to pull this back, it'd be a ridiculous comeback. Easily would be one of the best, but they've just got no room for error. No mistakes can be made. Thankfully, this round is going to facilitate a bit of a weird buy. Does even properly invest there? He's going to go with no. Just an upgraded pistol. He potentially could have even gone in towards like an MP9 and still at above 2k. But he's just going to keep 3.5k on hand, maybe in case he needs a drop or something. Oh, Tag Guns was glowing as well. Oscar really has come into his own, and so has Shock. Nice shot.
Yeah, Shock absolutely. Feels like he's been finding an awful lot of entries, man. Really, really great stuff. 9 Pandas, yeah, quaking in their boots, bro. But this is the thing, when you don't give yourself a lot of room, it just takes one little slip up. Thought Oscar had maybe had the wildest disconnect timing, but I think just a little jump on the server on our end. Either way, 5v3 looking good here. Weapons will be recovered, but not able to get themselves into like any actual decent workable spots. And everybody here on 9 Pandas is getting rolled, man, regardless of where they're at, regardless of how the weaponry looks. Sinners ramping up at the perfect moment, you know, just as they are on the precipice of the overtime.
God, Pop Flash is good. Bye-bye, Glowing. And he will fall flawless. Sinners are a different beast. My God, what are we witnessing here? Now at 12-10, I can absolutely open the door to talking about this being a possibility. We had a situation where it felt like there was nothing to work with. Now we're looking at this and saying, Sinners, in my opinion, if this goes overtime, Sinners are absolutely the favorites. And Pandas cannot do anything, and oh my god, Morisco, nice little reactionary shot, gets a leg on towards Dilladez.
Looks decent. 9 Pandas again, starting off on the back foot. Trying to run out through lower tunnels. Get that first frag, not going to be the case. An interesting sort of setup here. 9 Pandas, hardcore turtling on the bomb sites, not battling mid at all. They've got, you know, eyeballs on it, but easily smoked off. There's not a solid presence down there. So we'll see.
Making a move it towards upper. Contact play. There's 2 for the 9 Pandas here, but one of them is that low player of Dilladez, who's tucked in close. And teams do occasionally Molotov this. Majki, he's contacted out. Smoke will be broken. Nothing spotted behind it. Glowing was very close to the spam. And up close on the swing. Shalfie gonna get one and falls away alive. Maybe on a B-stick or trade.
Oh, Shalfie, big find from him. Oh, it's getting dicey. Dilladez does go down, but he's done a lot of damage. Flash in. They know that Shalfie's around here. Closet, though, it's so hard to clear. Ooh. He gets good timing on the peak, leaving it just down to Shock. Lovely little bit of pre-fire, but 18 HP, 1 versus 3. You do not fancy his chances here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you that much. Clax ready to strike. No. Well read by Shock. Oh, and he comes so close. Oh, my goodness. I mean, Sinners, you have to hand it to them. A really, really solid try.